Ninth Sunday in ordinary time, we see. Keep praying and never give up. We may be faced with very difficult situations in life. We have tried everything, but there seems to be no opening. We have prayed and prayed, and people say, I have prayed and I'm tired. That is where you have to begin praying. So keep praying and never give up. It's a lesson that we can find in the first reading and also in the gospel of today. There is a very powerful teaching in the first reading about the power of praying as a community. The battlefield between the Israelites and the Amalekites, there were two battlefields actually. We had the physical battlefield where Joshua and the armies were fighting. But we also had the spiritual battlefield at the corner, Moses. But the two were connected because whenever Moses lifted up his hands, the Israelites were winning. And whenever his hands went down, the Amalekites were winning. That is why Aaron and Hur had to hold the hands of Moses and kept the hands lifted up so that Israel would win the battle. So we too have battles in our lives. Yes, we can pray, but praying as a community, we support each other. The most important battles of life are won only with prayer, but praying as a community. We must keep praying together so that God may give us what we need. We must not become weary of praying, but we should keep on insisting and whenever we need and asking the Lord what we need, because He Himself has promised us, I will satisfy the weary soul, and every languishing soul I will replenish. Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 25. To demonstrate the need to pray continuously and never lose heart, Jesus recounts the parable of the persistent widow. That's Luke chapter 18 verse 1 to 8. Widows and orphans are very vulnerable persons among God's people. And the Bible enjoins us to take care of these needy people. The woman, though poor and weak, succeeded in convincing a powerful and unjust judge to do justice for her by persistent prayer. She never gave up. She kept on persisting and she got an answer to what she needed. The parable itself shows that everything hangs on God being different from the judge. Just tells us two things about the unjust judge. That should be in verse 2 of Luke chapter 18. This unjust judge had neither fear of God nor respect for man. These are repeated again in verse 4. When he said, when the judge himself confirmed, I have neither fear for God nor respect for man. But since this woman keeps on pestering me, I must give this widow her just right, or else she will persist me in coming and worrying me to death. These two marks of the judge are obstacles to helping this widow. John Rose, in his Sunday homilies, insists, if that widow could get justice done to her by the wicked judge, how much more shall we get blessings of mercy and grace from God our loving Father? We must not give up. Galatians chapter 6 verse 9 tells us, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Praying continuously means keeping our requests constantly before God as we live for Him day by day, believing He will answer. In effect, Jesus is the great judge. And we don't need to even pester him as the widow pestered the unjust judge. But what Jesus wants us to know is the fact that we must not be discouraged. When we think we are tired of praying alone, then we meet a community of praying people, and they will support us in the prayers. When we gather together in our small Christian communities, when we gather together in church, when we gather together especially as a family, then we will be like Moses being supported by Aaron and Hur, and we will be like Joshua being supported in his physical battle through the support of Moses' intercession. My dear brothers and sisters, let us continue praying. If you ask me, you have been praying, I have been praying, and I'm not getting any reply, what should I do? The answer will be, keep praying. Keep persisting in prayer. Keep praying together with your brothers and sisters. Keep praying together as a family, and never give up. May Almighty God bless us, Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.